Okay, Yolanda, we are recording right now. So we have this on the video, so it's just aware. There were some technical difficulties you getting in. Everything we're going through, we're just doing a little bit briefer than normal. So just so we have that recorded on the video. Now, Yolanda, you do agree to being recorded so this interaction can be shared with your professor?
Yes, I do.
All right, great. And if you'd like a copy of our privacy notice, you can download that from our website at mursion.com/privacy notice. All right, so you're going to have about 10 to 12 minutes in the simulator to run your scenario. Once you get back here, then I will guide you in a reflection of your experience. Just so you know, when the students tell you that the bell has rung for recess, that is basically your cue that the time has elapsed. And then you can just simply go ahead and excuse them to recess, and then I will come back at that point in time. So that's kind of how you know that your 10 to 12 minutes is over, okay? All
Okay.
right. If at any point you ever feel overwhelmed or have any questions for me, just say pause simulation. I will then return to address any questions or concerns you might have. So these students, they can all write, raise their hands, they can participate in parent share. If you ask them to do anything that they're unable to do, like giving a choral response or asking them all to give a thumbs up, one would just say the principal says we can't do that, and then that's simply your cue to just move on and request they do something else, okay?
Okay.
All right. And if you ever have any technical issues, ask for me, Gary, or chat me in the Zoom chat, and I'll help you address it. All right. We already covered before we started recording here that you are going to be doing this in a low intensity, and you're going to be teaching about science. Specifically, you're going to be doing photosynthesis, which I'm assuming is what you chose from the content table, correct?
Correct.
Okay, wonderful. Any questions?
Now,
Okay. Thank you, Yolanda. Take a deep breath. As soon as you see the students, you can go ahead and start, and I will see you right here when you get back.
okay. Hi, good
Hello.
morning. Hi, good morning, everyone. How are you doing?
I'm doing real well today. How are you?
I am doing well. It's so nice to have you all here this morning. I see I have, let's see, I'm going to go over this quick attendance. I have Mina. Mina, where are you?
Yes.
Can you raise your
Uh,
hand?
yes.
Ah, hi, Mina. Let's see, Will. Will, are you, is
Yeah.
that you? Okay, let's
Hmm.
see, Will
Hi.
and Shayla.
Yeah. Hey there. How's it going?
Shayla, can you get
Hmm.
awesome? Oh, I'm doing well. Good, good. Emily, that must be you with the yellowish.
Oh, yeah. I really
Oh,
like your shirt and all the pretty buttons.
thank you, Emily. Okay. And Carlos,
Yep, that's me.
that's you. Awesome. Okay, guys. So this morning we are going to be talking about plants and how they make their food. Now tell me something. How many of you have eaten breakfast this morning? Can you raise your hand if you have? Oh, yeah. And why do you think that eating breakfast is good for you? Yes, Mina?
Yeah. So, if you don't eat your breakfast, then you won't really have any energy to be able to concentrate or get through your day.
Awesome. You won't have any energy. Energy is a key word here. Okay, so I like that. Very good. Yes, yes. Um, are you okay, my dear?
Oh, yeah, I was just stretching.
Awesome. Okay, it's good to stretch. It's very good. So, yeah, so we're talking about plants and how they make their energy. I'm sorry, how they make their food. And that process is called photosynthesis. Now, when you hear the word photosynthesis, what comes to mind? Is that something you've heard of before? Yes?
I don't really know exactly what it means, but like, I don't know, like photos have to do with like taking a picture or something, right? And doesn't synthesize kind of mean
Okay,
like making something?
okay, yes. I like how you said taking a picture. So when you're taking a picture, um, normally, especially at night, there's normally a what? A flash, right? And that flash, we call that what? Flash is considered to be the what? The light.
Oh,
So
yeah.
here, yes, it's the light. So the word photosynthesis, it's like a Greek word. We have photo. which means light, and another Greek word, synthesis, which means to make, to put together. So when you put it together, we know that the process here, light, the light from the actually sun, I'm going ahead of myself, is going to help the plant make its food. Okay, so this morning, I know you all said you ate breakfast, and we are talking about plants needing to make their food. Now you may ask, how does plant make their food? Let's look at this chart here. As I don't know if you can see it, but here we have
Yes, I can see it very well.
water. Yes, we have water, and then we need a gas. That gas is called carbon dioxide. That's what plants breathe in. And then we also need the beautiful light, which comes from the, does anyone know? The light comes from
the sun.
Yes, Will, the light comes from the sun. So plant needs water, carbon dioxide, and sunlight. What happens with the plant? How do they absorb the water? What do you think they get the water? How does the water enter the plant, guys? Do you know? Yes, Mina?
Oh, maybe through, I think you were actually pointing to it. Is it their roots?
Very good. Yes, the plant enters through the roots and goes up and goes all the way up to the stem and the branches. And then it goes into the leaves. Now, in the leaf, guys, in the leaf, actually, I have a real plant here. I'm going to use this. In this leaf, guys, we have something called the chlorophyll. Okay.
What?
Chlorophyll. Chlorophyll?
All right.
It's some. Okay.
That's a different word.
Okay. Oh my, chlorophyll. Okay, so what chlorophyll does, it traps the sunlight, it traps the carbon dioxide, and it takes the water. Remember those three things that we just talked about? And it puts it all into this leaf, this little leaf. It holds all the food, right? Mm-hmm. So it comes from the water, the nutrients, everything comes from the roots, the soil, and it goes up and it stays here in the leaf. Now, what does it do? When it's in the leaf, it's making its own food, okay? All right, so now when the plant, after the plant makes its own food, guys, I am going to show you that by making its food in the leaf, it brings forth glucose plus oxygen and water. Now, some of you may ask, what is glucose? Do you know what glucose is?
Yes, I think I've heard of that before. Yeah. So, oh, I can't remember. What's your name again? I can't remember to call you.
Miss Edward.
All right. Let's see. Glucose. I've heard of that. Like, isn't that like a food ingredient? Isn't that like some sort of sugar?
Absolutely, you're correct. So the glucose is the sugar, which is made here within the leaves. And then
I'd like to live
inside
on sugar.
The leaf.
That would be fun.
Yes, sugar. We all love sugar.
Yeah.
So here in the leaf, we have the glucose. And then we also have the oxygen. It produces oxygen and water. So the glucose, the leaf, the plant, it keeps the glucose, but it gives us back, it sends back into the environment the water and the oxygen, okay? So that helps us, the oxygen, the oxygen is something that we, as humans, we actually need that, right? Because as humans, we breathe in oxygen and we let out carbon dioxide. It's the opposite to plants. Plants take in carbon dioxide and they breathe out oxygen. Now, I have a question. Do you think plants can make photosynthesis during the nighttime?
I'm going to say
Anyone?
no.
No, exactly. Why? Can someone think? Let's just put on our thinking caps. Why do you think it's not possible to make photosynthesis at nighttime? Remember the key word of photosynthesis was we needed what? We needed the yes, Will?
The sun.
We needed the sun. That
Yeah.
is correct. We need the sun to make the light. So therefore we cannot make photosynthesis. Plants cannot make photosynthesis at night. Right. Very, very good. You guys are awesome. All right, guys. So another thing, as I said before, we know that we need plants so we can all be able to breathe. Plants are so important to us because imagine if we did not have trees, there would be no oxygen, right? We all rely on plants. We rely on plants for our food. Animals rely on our plants also. So guess what? We need to take care of our planet Earth by making sure that we have enough plants so we can have that oxygen to breathe in. And plants need us because we produce carbon dioxide. All right, so before we wrap this lesson up, guys, I am going to show you guys what we're going to do throughout the week. I am going to allow you guys to grab a cup at the end of the class, and you are going to fill it up with soil and water. And we are going to put a seed here. I think this is the lima bean. So I'm going to place that in the cup. So you're going to put the beans into the cup. We're going to add our water and some soil. And we're going to label one
Miss
cup.
Edwards?
Yes?
Yeah, I just tried to go for recess.
Yes, I did as
Oh,
well.
man. Yes, so you know what? We can finish this session. Actually, we can finish this experiment when we come back next class.
Oh, all
We're
right.
going to go on
That sounds fun.
do that. Okay, so we're going to see how plants grow in the dark and how it would grow in the night, in the light. So it was nice having you all this morning, guys. Did you have a wonderful session?
Yeah, that was fun, Miss Edwards.
Yes, I'm
All
looking forward to
right.
learning more.
Oh, yes. I really hope so. I hope you all have a wonderful day, guys. So hope to see you guys again.
All right.
Take
Thanks, Miss
care.
Edwards.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
All right, Yolanda, welcome back. It was abbreviated, but you were able to fill that with a lot of material. So we just have, a moment or two. Yeah, go ahead. How are you feeling?
I feel relieved, but
Okay,
I'm feeling
good.
okay.
Okay, good,
I feel
good.
okay.
Good. I'm glad that was kind of a pressure release of relief. Good, wonderful. And so how do you think the students are doing now towards the end of this class versus the beginning? Did you notice any differences?
Well, I was just glad they were asking questions. They were
Okay.
also like, engaged in
Yeah.
like questioning and yeah, I mean, I know I was giving them some questions, but they were, I was receiving it too, and
Mm-hmm.
it kind of made me feel like, okay, we can do this. So
Yeah.
it was like
Yeah.
I felt more involved with them. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. What do you think were some of the strategies and best practices that you were able to use to have that engaging back and forth dialogue going between yourself and the students?
Well, I had some material, and
Mm-hmm.
I had questions like asking them questions and
Mm-hmm.
open-ended questions. So I think that kind of helped me with getting the lesson across to them.
Yeah, absolutely. Engaging dialogue, questions to keep them interested in, those visuals also, so they'd be able to have kind of another sense to be used in the teaching of the material, not just being a lecture, but engaging the visual senses as well. Um,
Exactly.
yeah, wonderful, great. And if you had a chance to do this again, Yolanda, is there anything you would try differently at all?
Oh yes. Oh yes. Definitely. Well, first it would be like I would love to not have technology issues, but
Yeah, wouldn't we all?
um, exactly. And that is something that I struggle with because I'm
Mhm.
not good at technology. But yeah, I think if I had more time, I would have probably been able to like explain it a little bit more, go into more details
Hmm.
about chlorophyll and chloroplast and,
Yeah.
and what is carbon dioxide and all that.
Yeah, absolutely. I noticed, even though like 3 of the 5 students did seem to be very readily engaged, it looked like Carlos and Emily, I don't know if they were distracted by something, but it looked like they kind of had their heads looking down at their desk. I'm just kind of curious if there's any ways you could have tried to bring them back into the discussion as well.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I do remember a little distraction, I think, from Emily.
Hmm.
So perhaps I could have called on her to read
Mm.
something from my visual just to
Okay.
bring her back into the class.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. And invite that
yeah, that's something
participation.
to look up. Yes.
Great. Wonderful. All right. Well, I know it was short today, but hopefully it was sweet as well. So thank you so much for doing
Oh,
an abridged version of the session. It is
thank you.
completed. Yeah, of course.
Yes,
So and
thank
just
you. I
yeah.
the patient.
Yeah, of course, no problem. And then before you log off right now, Yolanda, just as a reminder, since you did choose to have this recorded, you'll be able to access this video by returning to the Mursion portal where you scheduled your session. Okay?
Okay. All right.
All right.
Thank
Well,
you.
thank you so much. And I'm so glad you're able to make it in. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Take care. Bye-bye.
You too. Bye bye. Tim.